We're back at it again with some Daemon Masquerade. Like any good game, I've been thinking about this, and I realized that with all these photos, there is one person that we don't see. Well, there's a couple of people that we don't see. We don't see any of these three people up here. So I'd imagine that it's probably one of those ladies. But it's hard to be sure. The ladies in the white. I'm sure that they are at least one of them. Alrighty. What else? Well, let's go to sleep, shall we? Let's go. Go to sleep. Don't know how good this is for YouTube because it's got a lot of reading, but I'm enjoying it. Can't believe that it's already day 5. Well, I'm ready whenever you are. Biblios replicate. Joink. We only got 2 days left. This is great. This never happened before. 2 replicas of the same document. Okay. So he's figuring out, you know, who we are. I doubt with Crazy Brits, yeah. If someone alters a document, they should simply cause the replica to be altered as well. With this list created by the Scion, there's 2 of them now. My ability is always 100% accurate, so I guess they made a photocopy of the original. Maybe they're planning on doing more work on it. We've only got 3 more days left. No? Today is Tuesday the 9th of December. Yeah, so we've got this day, and this day, yeah. So we need to solve some stuff fast. Now, Hilford happenings. Okay. So I think that this lady is she's got the metal guy. But I'm not entirely sure about that. Aha, here it is. Witness mentioned that Attack's arm was in a sling. Someone at one of the local hospitals might recognize him. Hilford General Hospital, visiting hours 10 AM to 8 PM. Attacker hasn't been to Hilford General, but Dr. Elio is going to double check. Dr. Elio 5550124. Alrighty. Here's the photo of the Scion. And what do we got here? Our first incident comes first from the hallowed halls of higher education. Undergraduates at Hilford University claim that after attending a philosophy lecture in Hall 12, they had no recollection of the previous 2 hours. Interviewed several students seeking to make sense of the matter, and every single one that I talked to could not recall anything within the time span of the class for the entire semester. Scott Thompson, the business major at the university, claimed it's a crazy thing. I remember entering the hall and sitting down, and bam, my mind jumped straight to walking out. Literary major Andrea Joel stated. I don't think my mind has ever just gone blank like that before. It must have been a glass mic. Just what could it be behind this missing memory mystery? Government experimentation? Perception altering cosmic rays? A really boring professor? The truth is out there. Forgotten lecturer at Hilford University. So that might be her power. Hilford Cemetery. What we need to figure out, right, is where she tried her power. So she was over here, roughly, right? And she said that she was going to try it. Where exactly? Here. So it's somewhere in this area. Yeah, looks like this one, I think. Hereish? Maybe Hilford Academy or what? That's the only real one that's around there. So there's the 2 things. So it looks more like it's like up here in this barren street, Sandover Road area. Alright, let's continue to look. Now this is at the Hilford grave. A mysterious structure has recently appeared at the local cemetery in the dead of night. This tower of stone is estimated to weigh several tons, representative of the ancient burial mounds known as cairns, notably those constructed in the prehistoric Britain to mourn the dead. Interesting, rather than being made of many small rocks, the monument is composed of several large boulders, the largest of which is far too heavy for even the earliest of strong men to lift. Local police theorise that construction equipment may have been used to plant the stones, but so far no evidence of tracks from heavy machinery has been found at the scene. A lot of questions remain about the architecture of this abstract assembly. Who placed the stone there, what are they commemorating, and how is their back holding up? The truth is out there. Well, 2 people could have done it, for sure. Maybe 3. 2 AM is Sunday the 7th of September. Police are called to the side of a grisly crash on Atticus Boulevard. A compact car is creamed catastrophically on one of the sycamores that dot the median. The officer on duty prepared themselves, predicting that on arrival to the scene they'll discover the mangled remains of the vehicle's occupant. However, then they got there, the body's nowhere to be seen. Noticing a hole has been smashed through the windshield, the police searched the area for where the corpse had landed. They were surprised when they discovered the driver, with only minor scratches, lying fast asleep in a bush. Once awakened, the driver was remarkably calm about the situation. His only question with the police was if they had any donuts he could eat. How did the man survive a collision that seemed surely fatal? Was it divine protection? Was it the interference of a more sinister force? So these are more information about like various demons out there. So this will be like the Middle West demons, right? The night of Friday the 5th of September 1997, Halford Junker proprietor Gil Smith went to his place of business like any other evening. But upon returning Monday morning, he was greeted with a sight that was not part of her usual routine. Over the weekend, a mysterious individual group had entered the premises and assembled several skeletons out of loose metal parts. The most curious thing about the headless figures is that, despite the pieces being tightly bonded together, they lacked any of the bulbous seams that would be apparent if they had been welded. When asked for comment, Gill said, "It's the darndest thing. I don't know if this is vandalism or art or whatever. Who did this was able to bend 3-inch thick steel without even heating it up. Was this simply the creation of a subversive sculptor, or was this art of a necromantic variety?" Halford Junkyard. So if we find out what the junkyard is, we might be able to find out that she was the one that did that. Because that's kind of what I was thinking, was that she's the metal. Cyclists riding the velodrome in Corsica Memorial Park spot that no matter which direction they travel around the track, they feel as if they are continuously pushing into a headwind. It's like cycling in a wind tunnel, reports one rider who has been perpetuated in races at the velodrome for years. However, all attempts to scientifically quantify the phenomenon has come out empty. It is note I like to use this space to address persistent rumors that my catchphrase is plagiarized from the tagline of a certain certified TV series. Their version is the truth is out there, meaning the truth can be found somewhere, while mine is written as the truth is out there, meaning the truth is strange or unbelievable. That's totally different. Is it the turbulence of an invisible stage-guard or the capricious wind of some sort of wind deity? The truth is out there. And finally, spontaneous intoxication. Aha, I know this one. Friday the 5th of September, campus security is summoned after a party in the Harvard University dorms get out of hand. Several male students are apprehended, all of them almost totally naked except for the fig leaves taped to their genitals. The event in question is reported to be a Garden of Eden themed party, but also conflicting reports also describe it as a satanic ritual. This morning, the 6 somber and severely sober students were charged with violating the dormitory's strict no alcohol policy. In the defense, the boys testified to the dream that we didn't get drunk. It must have been some sort of supervising miasma. And how could we have possibly quiet if we're only 19? The students were subsequently placed on academic probation, but many questions still linger. Was the cause of the incident some sort of supervising miasma? If so, why would the mystical miasma so distinctly like malt liquor? The truth is out there. And yes, here is the woman. Ghost photo. This frightening photograph was shared with us by Wilford resident Cara H. She witnesses writes that she was enjoying a picnic at the park with friends when she captured this lingering presence with a Polaroid camera. The spectre in question appears to be a young girl, perhaps in her trees, and judging by her wardrobe, we can suspect that she may have died somewhere during the late 1800s. Council also reported that this phantom occurred in several other photos taken on the day. But so far, attempts by parapsychologists to detect spectral activity at the site have been unsuccessful. Has she got the thingy? No, not really. Some speculate the spirit only masturbates in front of his teenage girls, seeking the companionship that was denied during his lifetime. What lingering regret brings her to the material world? And what cool fate does that calm expression belie? And is there no remedy for a ghostly unibrow? The truth is out there. Okay. So we found out some information about some of the people, and we know some of the things that are out there. So my thoughts are that she does have the metal power. Now, Savannah Marshall, right? Stable self, yes. What blood does she have? Because I know that will be different, right? Patient arrived with a large cut across the cheek, disoriented, showing class 3 hemorrhage before fainting. Sutures required to repair damage to the zygomaceous major. Patient certainly objected to the use of stretchers and demanded that the wood be glued together instead. Sutures were completed without complication. Ah. Okay. We said blood type. Oh, wait, apparently. Used some herbs in the last hour or so. What do we got? This one here as well, right? Fuck, I don't know what is more intense, my pain or my anger. Well, at least they've got me on drugs to numb the pain. But these pills aren't doing anything for my desire to tear that freak's head off. That weasel little bitch, that fucking cunt. I didn't even do anything, but now I'm the one that has to face the consequences of Savannah being an evil bitch. I finally have the face and body of my dreams, and not even 2 full days later, I need 38 stitches in my face because some smelly bitch with a grudge comes at me with a box cutter. Just about to head home until I found a letter in my locker when I was collecting my bag after class. Noticed it was from Davey the soccer player and that he wanted to meet me behind the gym so he could talk to me. Normally I wouldn't have gone, Davey might be good looking, but Davey was a bricks athlete, so not really my type. But I just couldn't resist the opportunity to rub it in that slut Brittany's face that her crush is the hots for me. Not only was Davey not there, but all of a sudden Beatrice jumped out from behind a tree, wildly swinging a blade at my face. I didn't even register what was happening. The bike cutter caught me in the cheek and cut me straight across from ear to nose. The sight of the blood pouring from her face, Beatrice gets white as a sheet and runs off, leaving me standing there holding the 2 halves of my cheek together. Barely made it to the hospital before passing out from the blood loss. I really hope this isn't going to leave a scar. Fuck. Alrighty. Is that all? Did we get new photos? I think you're really hot. Maybe at the gym after class, Davey. Yeah, so that's written by Savannah. So we now know that it's not Savannah either. It's interesting that she managed to get, what's she drawing, by the way? You reckon her name? She managed to get a thing without a modeling agency card, without actually being the beauty person, you know? That's what I was trying to say. Greetings from Havana, Cuba. Hello again, Speedy. I've been traveling around a lot, so I might have missed your letter if you already gotten back to me. I'm about to take off from Cuba as I write this. The weather here has been so beautiful and the ladies even more so. Plus, the funniest thing here happened at the airport. You remember my old power body Guff? He's that guy that kind of looks like a walrus. Turns out these days he's working the ticket desk at Havana Airport. It really is a small world. Anyway, I'm going to be in Miami this Thursday if you want to catch up. You can bring Billy too if you want. We play that alligator game together just like old times. Let me know. Love your dad. P.S. The Cubans must love Christmas. They have pictures of Santa Claus everywhere. Even though it's only September. That's Karl Marx, you silly. You silly goose. Apartment 3C, 30900, Miami, Florida. You don't recognize Karl Marx? And we got another 4 things. Commodity exchange, which we read already. He's spending so much money. He's got obviously the one of money, whatever that one is. Now we got 4 different names now. So Jones Robert, Sylvester Shelley, Tyler Samuels, Sylvester Shelley, yeah, and this will be Tyler Samuels, yep. Cigar Cutter, yep. Won't be late this time. Right, we read that already, and he's done more gold because he did gold over here and he did gold over here. So if there's a demon that the hedonist can summon that summons gold, then he'll be that one. So let's see if there's a god of like gold, I guess, or wealth, which I think there was. Disease, hunger, abbreviation, ambition, wealth, demon of wealth, Plutos. Despite being unable to create wealth, the Plutos bound is able to transmit inexpensive items into materials of greater value. Yeah, that makes sense, yeah. Though the ancient alchemists once coveted their ability to turn lead into gold, those bound to Plutos have discovered it's far easier to transform tin into silver, glass into diamond, and molasses into crude oil. The key to the transfiguration is that it's only possible if the base material is visually similar to the desired output. This be as complicated as carefully crafting a facsimile of a piece of jewellery. but often a layer of gold plant is enough for a Pluto span to transmit any object into a chunk of pure bullion. The most infamous of kind of this is the legendary King Midas, who is remembered for accidentally transformed his daughter into gold. The detail of the story that has been lost to time is that Midas' daughter was already painted head to toe in gold body paint at the time of her petrification. The king embraced her. He hardly thought for a moment how great it would be to have a life-size statue of her cast in gold, and it was all it took to trigger the power of Plutus and irreparably build his offspring. Alright, well, I can just say that that one is for sure the Masquer's demon with the hedonist. Yes, I certainly have. Go, where else? Wealth. It's down here, Plutos. Demon of Wealth. You think the hedonist is banned to Plutos, Demon of Wealth? Yes, I certainly do. The evidence that I've got is this, the fact that he's buying a whole bunch of, where's the gold? He's been buying like, these, right? Yes, these, and these. Yeah, I think that's all right. It might be this one as well. 5 rings, yeah. Because he sold those at the pawn shop as well, up here. Based on this receipt, the hedgehog's went to a nut store and purchased styrofoam and gold paint, which they used to make fake gold bars, which they sold to a bank in a notorious tax haven after transforming them into real gold. You've convinced me the hedonist is bound to Plutos, the demon of wealth. That explains the source of their sudden prosperity. So far, we've discovered the nature of 2 of the 6 demons. Right. Perfect. Okay. Now, we've got another identity of the hunter, which we saw earlier. And what is he written here? So he's trying to find me. It looks like Detective Landon and Ed Nolan. And the crazy bitch that broke his arm. What's this? Find includes the rent, money, and allowance for the month. I imagine it hasn't escaped your attention that it's half than less than what you normally received. Perhaps if you're supposed to spend less time partying and more time studying, then I wouldn't have to spend as much of financial contributions to various faculties of Hilltop University. I'm sure you think you have all the time in the world, but trust me, adulthood is going to creep up on you faster than a greased up rattlesnake. I know that you feel I'm a lot harder on you than I was to your sisters, but yeah, as my only son, you're the one following in my footsteps. It might say that my support with your position is guaranteed, but there are internal factions at work that will gladly use any blunder of yours against us both. What you do reflects on the entire institution and on this family. Think about that. Okay. So what we do know is that he was at the party, and at the party, people were getting drunk without actually getting drunk. So he might be using the other one. Now, of FBI's agents, one of these guys is his dad. Sullivan, Connor, Sterling, Dolan, and Muller. Now, we had a list over here. Armstrong, Carmichael, Johnson, Lucas. No, it's not there. By his brother. Armstrong? Armstrong sounds like an FBI agent. And surely you'd write your own data down even. Jessica Barnett. What does it say here in this letter from this one as well? It says, was a hedonist gig. No doubt having such a great moral example in your father, but consideration. Okay. You'll need. Right. I think there's probably the drunk one, but it's hard to know honestly. This one. No. We got that. Today's first watercolor was of the toad. Seems he's just woken up from a nap since he's dressed in those old-timey pajamas. The second was of an armadillo and a bear trap, and it reminded me of the little comic strips I made when I was a kid. Mum always tried to encourage my artistic endeavours. I remember when she bought my first paint set for our birthday. I spent all of my time after school on the floor next to Mum's desk, creating little animal characters. I was particularly proud of Grizzle Goropa. When I saw Dare, it was one of the few times I was able to get Mum's smile on one of her bad days. I found it unboxed at the end of today and it still made me laugh. Alright, let's have a look. There's the Froggo. And there's the little thing. These are the letters from there. Now, if I was to guess what one Deborah has, even though there's really no evidence of it, it will be the one that's about art, which is Destiny, Music, Law, Inspiration. This one, Austerius of Inspiration. Yes. Okay. The forms of the demon's own artwork. Yeah. Related to the individual's life and struggles. Yeah, this is definitely true. Mysterious bound. Yeah, deep personal relevance and meaning to them. Yeah, perfect. Okay. And it's got the demon's signature, Woodpop, and then somewhere in the artwork. So let's see if we can find that. If we look closely. I'm not immediately seeing it, but I might just be blind. Let's have a look in this other one. Woodpog. No, I'm not immediately seeing it in here either. But it does seem like that one's right, because the art is getting more related to her life, right? Is it in the scales here? Oh, I think I see it right here, right? I'll have to remember that for later. Because she said here that this reminds her of the comic strips I made when I was a kid. Yeah. And then I found in the box in the attic today. And then this one reminds her of the scar on her eyebrow. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that that is correct. Let's see if we can get that one right. Let's give it a mask as Demon. This is the Dreamer. Now, I think that this is Osiris. The Demon of Inspiration. Yeah? Okay. So, the Demon's Demon we got from this, right? Is there, yeah, I think that that's right. Is that all? Yeah, I think so. If the Dreamer is bound to Osiris, and that's what inspired them to make this painting, yeah. Well, whenever Osiris closes bound to make it, he has his signature. Is their signature anywhere in this? Compare theory, but even some of the best of hypotheses don't always pan out. Well, yeah, that's what I was saying, but you know, it says here that, despite that, I'm motivated to paint. I hate seeing this thing. It reminds me of the night Mum gave me a scar on my eyebrow. What else could it possibly be that motivates her to paint? There's a one of, like, motivation, right? Of ambition, this one? No. Okay. Not ambition. And this lady, I think, is the metal worker. Which I might be able to prove, to be honest. Just given a mask as Demon, the Labourer. Yeah, kind of. A little bit. I'm actually not entirely sure about this. But, metal. Hephaestus. I think the things that I've got to prove this is this, this, and maybe this. In this diary entry, the labourer manages finding a place to try out the demon's power. They must have discovered a suitable location. There, yeah. Because at the same day, the labourer sketched a rough map, and there's a location marked with an X. And then, it wasn't obvious because we had the hand-drawn map sideways, but the map location is actually the Helper junkyard. I don't realise it was sideways. That would have been more helpful to realise. Mark the right area and read that. Look at that. Not good happenings. The junkyard labourer used their powers to create several metal skeletons, the fabrication of which would only be possible via supernatural means. You've convinced me the labourer is bound to Hephaestus, the demon of metal, although I still have to wonder just what they were trying to build with their metal warping abilities. So far we've discovered the true nature of 3 out of 6 demons. The labourer's real name is Angela Henry, and they're bound to Hephaestus, the demon of metal. I have cracked the case. Another step to victory indeed. The other person that could be envious of would be, there she is there as well. Gracebearer. Maybe this is Gracebearer. I'm gonna try that. I don't actually think that there's too much information for this though. She's not in the pictures. I'm actually unsure about all of this. This one I'm the most unsure about. So we know that he is a happy-eyed father. Annette Wilson. Too honest, hospitalized, indolent, too stupid. Maybe Wolf Muller is his father. On vacation. Yeah, so he lost his eye after the whole party thing. That's definitely him with the blue eyes. There. In the hedonist party. And what we know from the hedonist party as well is that they were drunk. But let's get to sleep. I'm sure we can figure it tomorrow when we got more information. Go to sleep. It's day 6. We're in the final stretch now. Biblios Replicate. Alright. I've been worried that the sign is getting too close to unscrewing it, but we might not have to worry about that anymore. Seems that the labourer might deal with them for us. The sign is taken out, that's one less problem to deal with. Yeah, 238. I'm gonna look in the eyes and force him to tell me why. Yeah. Andress, me, Agent Dolan. Biblios leave. Sigh. Hi, Lambda. Sorry to barge in unannounced, but I think you want to hear this. We've had a security breach to the Bureau and it seems they're looking for info about you. Yeah, I knew this. Don't worry too much. I'm the only one that knows this address. And I made sure no one was telling me on the way here. Don't know if it's the Athena Institute that's after you or someone else, but I swear that as long as you're under my protection, nothing is going to hurt you. That's all I have to say. See you later. Biblios returned. Though the security breach was almost certainly a work of Masquerade, yeah, it was. It was of the Trench Code Delegate has raised an interesting topic, the Athena Institute, or more specifically, who runs it. When our partnership began, I promised that I would help you uncover the true identity of the Adjudicator. I was convinced the promise was not entirely altruistic on my department. Something is deeply wrong with the Daemon Masquerade. I don't know if an external force has corrupted things, or if it's been running from the start. Ooh, good question. But I've noticed an irregularity of the last 200 years, and meeting you has confirmed my suspicions. The game is rigged in our favour. For most of the Masquerade's 2,000-year history, the Hunter has rarely won. But in the last 8 Masquerades, the Hunter has won 6 out of 8 times. This is because, as you've experienced, the Athena Institute is a facility designed to train Masquerade winners, right? So they've been training hunters like me. This is not how the masquerade was intended to be run. Maskers were meant to be all on an equal playing field, not train from childhood to master their demon. The adjudicators made a mockery of their position. Which is why we're going to remove them from it. And even masker that is victorious in a masquerade has a right to challenge the adjudicator for their position. We defeat the adjudicator in a challenge of their choosing. You assume their role, and be free to alter the game in any way you see fit. But we probably have to find the adjudicator, you know, what their power is. Yeah, of course, my friend, I will take on this battle with you. Thank you. We'll sure take this battle on with you. So we got all of this person's information now, but I wanted to read this. Not this one. This one. Yeah, Passfield Grove Private Hospital, visiting hours 9 AM to 6 PM, 5636, Passfield Grove Hospital, record room keycode. Observation room 238, I found out. I'm going to look into his eyes and force him to tell me why. Perfect. Yeah, well, thank you, labourer. Okay. Now, do we have more information about this dead guy? The Revenant. Hi, Viv, it's me, I'm back. Don't ask me how, because I don't understand it myself. I know this might seem like sort of cruel pain, but I promise you that it's really me. It was told me that when you had just turned 10 that you snuck downstairs after you're supposed to be in bed and you saw what you thought was your present resting on the couch. Ran out behind the drove and jumped on his back, and after he got his clothes back on, he gave you the hardest whooping of your life. I'm the only one you've ever told about that. All I wanted is to come back home, but before I return, there's something I've got to do. The bull who called me, I've got to find him. When he pulled the trigger, he was crying. Used this second chance of enlistment to tell that young man I've forgiven him. Wish I could come and talk to you face to face, but I've been tangled up in something dangerous and I want to get my family involved in this. Yours always, Theo. Yeah, I thought that Theo is now alive, so that makes it really easy to know what demon he's got. He's got the demon of death. Where is it? Pain, grief. Death, 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 death. There is one, I believe. Memory, mockery, destiny, wrath, destruction, retreat. There's definitely, yeah, demon of death, Thanatos. Of the boundary between life and death. True to the alpha power of this ability is limited to 1 use per masquerade. A single command to either bestow or no death. Power to bestow death allows the Thanatos bound to kill an individual by simply asking Thanatos to kill them. Power of Thanatos is so invincible that it can even kill another demon, such as when it used to kill Thermos, the demon of miracles. On the other hand, the power to annul death can return a being of the contractor's choosing to life, regardless of the cult's level of decay. Turned individual will be cured of all ailments and injuries, but will continue to age naturally from the time of their revival. The prospect of the rival fell as no time has passed at all since the moment of death, and none of the people ever brought back have reported any recollection of an afterlife. If the Thanatos band has not used their power at the time of their own death, they'll be automatically revived exactly 4 days later. This is considered their singular use of the power of Thanatos. Okay, yeah, so it's definitely Thanatos. We can put that one in. I've discovered this is the Revenants. We've discovered the Revenants demon. I certainly have. That's Thanatos. Demon of Death. Yeah. And I would have guessed Thanatos earlier, but I probably didn't even have enough information to do so. There's this one, there's this one, there's this one, of course, this one, probably this one as well, because it shows the date of his death. No, this one's the date of his death. Can we remove this one? Yeah. There we go. Perfect. From the photos taken at the crime scene, we know that the Revenant died on Saturday the 6th of September. But in this letter, the Revenant informs their loved ones that they've been resurrected. It convinced me that the Revenant is bound to Thanatos, the demon of death. That's the only possible way they could have come back from the dead. So far, we discovered the true nature of 4 out of 6 demons. Perfect. The Revenant's real name is Theodore Turana, and they're bound to Thanatos, demon of death. We've cracked the case. Another step closer to victory. Thank you, Bilios. I appreciate you. Alright. we got the hospital here now. Archive building rear entrance. He's leaving. What's on his watch here? It says this camera says 22:53, but his watch is 22. Probably 22:43 actually. Yeah, his watch is accurate. He's wearing an eye, and he's got a little key card here. It says left the archives now. And what does this say? Bring to my attention that by Superior Special Agent Endol, there's been a breach of security at the DC office. An unidentified party has been using a stolen intern pass to access case records stored in the archive building. For that reason, all current security passwords has been deactivated. All personnel must report to the administrative office in World B to receive your new passes. So see, he's stolen one of these, right? Lucas, Owen Lucas, and this is Clark Lucas, yeah. So I reckon it's Clark Lucas is this person. He's got blood on this now. From the Cena. Missing, presumed dead. Dead, retired. Dead. The Thinner Shoe is just a legend. Dead. Dealt with. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I know his name now. And I have a feeling I know his power as well. But I'm not too close to being able to prove that yet. But at least I know his name. I need to actually leave conversation. No, I do know it. It's Owen Lucas. I've discovered a mask his identity. Discovered the science of, yeah. This is Owen Lucas. Yeah. I have got this one. This one. This one. This one. This one. Probably one of these hedonist photos as well. Okay. In this feedback, Professor Durning mentions that the Simon's father has a job protecting the nation. Yeah. Right. Based on the letter of the sign receiver on his father, the band appears to be a high-ranking member of their organization. Yep. From this FBI member that Detective Clark Lucas has hired his son after the internship program, so that son must be the Scion. Yeah? He convinced me the son is like Owen Lucas, who happens to be his son of the director of the FBI. So far, we've managed to uncover the directory of 4 to 6 maskers. Perfect. Alright, look at this. Dear Diary, Beatrice came to visit me in the hospital today. She was blubbering and apologizing and could barely string a sentence together. She must have slept at all last night. She probably thought that any minute the police was going to bust down her door and arrest her. Now, I'm not going to lie, with every ache on my wound, I wanted to get that bitch thrown in jail for life. Police wanted to get involved. They might notice that Savannah Marshall has miraculously changed blood choice. And then I'd find the mysterious mound of dirt in the back of the Marshall residence, right. By the time she finished the fifth, so she killed Sarah. Savannah, sorry. Time she finished the terribly bringing for pregnancy, I told her that I was sorry for the way I treated her. I'd been the one at fault for making her life hell these years. She told me that she wished things could be go back to the way they used to be. Patted on the head and told her they could, and she began to cry on my shoulder. As I was giving her a comforting rub on the back, she leaned in and kissed me. I suppose there was a little more substance to the lesbo rumors than I thought. I just thought she was a fugly little gnome, but after seeing her up close for the first time, I don't know how I never noticed that she has such nice cheekbones. To give her a makeover, pluck her unibrow, style her hair, even do her nails. She was nervous at first, but as I got to work with my tweezers, she relaxed into my arms. After the makeover, she was unrecognizable. There she was, the most unpopular girl in the school, but I made her into a woman every bit as stunning as a Hollywood actress. Like something out of a romantic comedy. Meanwhile, I discovered my face is more like a Bond villain than an aspiring model. I feel a familiar twinge of jealousy. So you're gonna envy back into her? Dear Mum and Dad, I fall in love with someone and we're running off together. Also, that someone is a woman because I'm gay. Surprise. I don't recall you ever saying anything homophobic in particular, but you both kind of give off that vibe, so I cannot bear to live with you anymore. I'm going to fly to New York to make it as a model and be among my own kind. Don't look for me. Savannah Marshall. Okay. Well, the thing is it's so hard to figure out who she is because of the whole envy thing. I wonder if she's got herself in here. Kara? Right. Okay. No. Yep, this one is, yep. Okay. Who's this? Brittany. Right, okay. This is the love of her life. And this is Zoe and Natalie. Okay. So again, as someone that's never been to school, this is slightly annoying. Because I feel like we've got a lot of evidence for her, but nothing that really screams out to me. We got more stuff. Political, Sweden Johnson Swedish enlargement pump. Size small. So he's getting a dick enlarger as well. More gold. He's a solid more gold, yeah. Which, to be fair, I would too if I had that power. Just get like a lot of money in. Diamond class escort overnight booking. Double booking discount. Dear valued patient, you've been cordially invited to the Royal Casino's Platinum Members Only room. With its wealth of hard wages of a more exotic and extreme nature than it can be found anywhere else in the entirety of the Americas. Desire the chance to put everything on the line. Find the door next to the 4th floor's main room and knock 3 times. The password is Elia Acta Est. And we got yet another. No, only the 4 fake passwords. Alright, more the custom suit vest, bowler hat, custom jacket, trousers. $1,016. He's paying a lot of money. Chip buy-in, $69,000. Oh my god, nice as well. Nice. Diet Pepsi. And Central de Galina. We still really don't know his name. This is the problem. We got all of these names, but we got none to deal with it. The only things that he's really written like his name on have been this bit, Dad, and customer ID, this, Dad, and Boris Brikov. And then all of these. Tyler Samuels. Maybe we can figure it out. So Mr. Shelley, Robert Jones, and Steve Johnson. Let's have a look at this for a minute. This one. Okay, Boris Brikov. Okay. Okay. No. Okay, it doesn't have any of his, like, people. Like, it doesn't have any other people that have lost money to him. So that's annoying. Okay. Yes. Perfect. We got more bloody. Do we have a signature in here? I. No. I can't see a signature. What does it say? Is it this one? I think my first tattoo today is my favourite out of all ones I've painted so far. There's this weird looking squirrel with a countenance green eye shade, holding up a large acorn. As a painting I was trying to catch the perfect expression of when you know you're royally messed up. Painting number 2 is a little more cryptic. Looks like the tone is poked the otic in the eye. Where's painting number 1? There. Oh, I like this one. Yeah, it's good. Is there any other art-related demons out here? Let's have a look, shall we? We can just have a look with the whole book. So it's banned to be physically correct, not that one. Manipulate tiny, the transport from place to person to maximize its intensity. And also, a terrible photo of this demon. I don't like it. Rain on Earth is a ghostly apparition for a short period after the death. Gotta win. This is the one that was at the track. I know this for sure. Interstellar stillness. Aging in inanimate objects existed since an area that bounds choosing. This one's the. I should put my mouse here. There we go. Censor the nipple. Censor the nipple for YouTube. Backup device is bound with an aura that creates all living creatures nearby to be a constant state of arousal. Right, we've got the Leos. Bios. Yeah, okay. With no Botanicos. Okay, perfect. Kronos. Okay, yep, perfect. Kratos. Okay, yep, perfect. Yep. Okay. Duplication. Deception. Maybe it's got duplication. Okay. I'm just reading this. Dolos. Okay. Elios. Well, actually have exactly what they require to live. Erebos? No. No. Okay. Not that one. Not that one. GS Commander, Soil and Stones. Right. That'll be the Kian one, right? Gyros Demon of Aging. Right. Boss Demon of Eve. Right. Hedologos Demon of Flattery. No. Demon of Metal, we already know that one. Which of our band desires the most? It says riches of parts or immaterial. Okay. Hawkers Demon of Oz. Hydros Demon of Water, we already know someone's got that. Hygeus. Do you think Hygeus looks creepy? I do. Hypnos. It shows them visions of the future. Because it is bound to lose everything that belongs to them. Yeah, this is terrible. This is the actual terrible one. Okay. Kyros. Okay. Lethos, we know. The Bottomless Hunger, no. Menace. The totally destructive reality. This one is the other one that I think that the guy might have, Mythos. And everybody nearby, the drunken tuber created by Mythos made it difficult to walk, caused restrictive sledding, could lead to permanent brain damage if exposed for too long. Ended in both parties falling over and throwing up on the floor. Okay. A Mythos band participated in the 92nd Daemon Masquerade. Mini Mothras is a Daemon of Memory. Okay. No, not that one. Morris. Ultimate Fate of Others. That's a good one, I don't like that one. Musicos. What demon would you guys like the best? Nemesis? Nomos? The own specific laws and regulations are pretty much error for an agreed upon length of time. Yeah, this one I think makes sense, right? It's always possible to recognize a work created by Asterius due to the presence of the demon's signature hidden somewhere in the artwork. Can we look at the sketches to see if they say Asterius? What does the signature look like again? Let me have a look in the book. Asterius. Oich Pop. OIOTPOG. We know that Altherios someone has in the thingy. Palexios, Demon of Retreat. Highly unpredictable teleportation ability. So the light one is just better, right? Because the light one you can choose where to teleport, but yeah. Paragoras makes anything more comfortable. Pathos makes anything more dramatic. Demon of Fear, greatest fear right in front of them. Phosphorus has the ability to generate and manipulate light. Pnos, you know that one. Kudos as well. Polymos. Alrighty. Any soldier, Demon of Effort. They are capable of stopping. This is the other one that I think was a joke. One day a man band of horses spoke to the house of the neighbor early in the morning. Have you got any goat milk? Asked Ponus Bound. No, sorry, I don't have the goat milk. Ernest the Ponus Bound left, but he returned at dawn the next day. Right, this is the duck song, right? Have you got any goat milk? Hearing this neighbor snapped, if you asked me for goat milk one at a time, I'd bury your life. Surprisingly, Ponus Bound returned very early the next morning with a look of eager anticipation. He asked, do you have a shovel? This new line of questioning utterly baffled the neighbor. No, I don't have a shovel. Presume that the story continues, but the vandal is transcribing it on the cemetery was captured by guards before completing a joke. So unfortunately, the punchline has been lost to history. That's probably related to the similar way of life, which would be, well then, do you have any goat milk? Then he waddled away. What a world to the very next day. As one might expect, Pyroscans is the ability to manipulate fire. Presence of Soterius Brown Ridges, any potential source of danger, harmless, Technos, fundamental attributes at any time they please. Okay. Well, this won't be it because she doesn't know that she's improved her ability, right? So with Technos, you choose what you want to put at. Recorded that one individual was able to briefly survive with 0 constitution before dying 15 minutes later of acute immune system failure. No Thanatos already. I think this one has died, right? Yeah, it was. Okay. But is it back alive now? Yeah. Yeah. Tychus, Demon of Chance. Okay. Right. So that will be the one that came out of the like the window of the car, right? And Zeus. Okay. And this is the powers of Biblios. Okay. Now let's have a look at the stuff that we've learned. No, nothing here, I don't think. Do we move days? It's kind of possible. Because I haven't seen that bloody apes. Bloody signature. Bloody anywhere. Bloody. Where is this ape signature? It's not in here, not that I can see. Is it in here? Unique effects about our life, right? But let's go back to sleep. Surely we'll figure it out tomorrow. We can have also look at what like these zoo guys have got, right? So Alpha has got the turtle, which is aging, I guess. So when you touch this, yeah, this takes your age and then untakes your age, right? Now, oh, that one's got the damage one. Ah, right, the passing damage, which makes sense. This guy's got the vampire bat, which makes sense, right? This is the rock one. It is unknown exactly how far this enormous network of tunnels extends. Right, okay. Yeah, construction in Washington is very service often halted upon the discovery that foundations that were solid stone. This is obviously Botanicos. We saw him earlier. Excellent place in the egress to which they are embedded. unit. Right. Yeah, increasing the yield of bananas in the countries of Guatemala and Honduras. Okay. And the document from the Honduran administrator declared Epsilon as someone critical to the coup that was successfully overthrown the previous government. That the source of these rumors is spurious. Some horticulture was so reviled by the Honduras people that it was thought to be solely responsible for the overthrow of the government. Okay. And then this is this one. We know that. Who's this over here though? There exists no eyewitness accounts of Zeta's involvement in the 1965 blank mass killings. I can't read that one. No existence that they ever set foot in the country as an internal CIA memo that included a list of suspected communists and the instructions to have Zeta clean things up when you're done. The memo was accompanied with a ladle filled with Zeta to help on the ground asset to recognize the agent. It's curious to think that the entire massacre was extent of which had been wiped from collective memory. Just nothing was reported overseas, right? Over 1 million deaths, and the culpability of blank was never erased, despite their significant financial or the statistical support of the slaughter. Indeed, who did it, as it seems that they were able to clean out things so thoroughly that the regime responsible for this mass killing is still in power to this day. So Ida, yeah. Ida is like just a swimming one. There's of course Aida with the light one, who can teleport things around. There's the goat one, which I've forgotten what it does. And of course, the last one in the book is me, I think. Let's have a look. Nope. Yeah, Kappa. Now there's the fear one, and then there's me. Alrighty. Okay. Now, with this one, where's the forgetfulness? Health prophecy. Forgetting Lethos. Does it look like Lethos? Yeah. Okay, it is Lethos, yeah. Which we knew as well, because we have been affected by Lethos in the past. So, yeah. Alrighty, let's get to sleep. One more day. Go to sleep. We need to get this day sorted. As a shaman loaded, this is the most auspicious morning. It's Friday day of the Masquerade, which means we need to uncover everything before midnight tonight. Finished to amass 4 maskers and 4 demons. I'm sure we'll have the rest in no time. Haven't got a moment to spare. Let's get started. Bubbly us replicate. Right. Now, this is the new painting by the Dreamer is quite different from the rest. Rather than their usual comedic animals, they painted a portrait. Seriously, despite the change of subject, the Dreamer's unique style is still apparent. Always at a soft spot for watercolors personally. Right, let's have a look right now, because I reckon this will probably have the signature in it. I'm gonna zoom in, and by zoom in I mean I'm gonna get close with my eyes and have a look all over this place. I don't see it, but it must be here. I was thinking originally that it must be the collar, you know? So we should be able to figure out the Dreamer now. Last night I saw something in my dream. It was Lemur, I think, but when I sat down to paint it today, it just didn't feel that important. So I went over to Dad's place. He made pancakes for me and ate them on the back of the porch. We sat there silent for an hour, then it suddenly burst out like a dam collapsed. Till now I'd avoided bringing up Mum all around her. I think he'd been the same to me. Neither of us wanted to magnify the pain the other out. We talked I painted Dad's portrait, but when I finished, he refused to take it, saying he couldn't accept it for free. Fate argued him to return the diamond ring from Mum's jewellery box and hand it to me. The cut of the gem matched the scar on my brow. It was beautiful and it was cold and it was somber and it was warm. I thanked Dad for the gift and drove home. Okay, and that's the only thing that we got left. This is the mom punching and leaving the scar, right? No, because it was the ring that caused the cut. And there must be Osirius's signature somewhere in this painting. I'm sure of it. I'm serious. I'm gonna try. Just give it a Muskie's demon. The Dreamer's demon. Osirius, of course. Yes, I do think so. I think because of this. I think because of this. I also think because of this. I also think because of this. And this. Right. Well, no, not that one. Right. Well, let's try with it just with the thingy. Because, it's not necessarily that one. You're also not looking good enough, my friend. Citrus. This one. And this one, right? What the heck? Alright, well, I'll look into that a little bit later. We've already solved this. Did we get anything new? No. No. Okay, incident report. Assault. Clint Rawlings. Emergency service with contact at 3:25 people were reported of a violent assault process in the main quad of Hilford University. Officers arrived in the scene to find the suspect, an African American man said to be approximately 5'11", pummeling an adolescent Caucasian male. They did not appear armed due to the likelihood possibility that the subject might be under the influence of crack cocaine. Officers unholstered their service weapons. After identifying himself as a police officer, Officer Hernandez took the suspect into custody. Still waiting for the ambulance to show up, Officer Hernandez performed first aid on the victim, who was bleeding profusely from a ruptured left eyeball, while Officer Rawlings placed the subject in the back of his patrol vehicle. During this time, the suspect sustained a head injury while their template inadvertently struck the door frame of the patrol vehicle. Upon arrest, the suspect confessed to attacking the young man who claims murdered his niece. The suspect begged us to investigate his victim's residence, reporting over and over that a body would be found in a shallow grave out back. Supposed that the attack fixation of his victim is a product of the schizo delusions that are common among heavy drug users. So this was back in the day, right, when he first, took out that guy's eye. Leviticus. Breach for breach, eye for eye, tooth for tooth. As he hath caused a blemish to the man, so shall it be done to him again. And he that killeth the beast, he should restore it, and he that killeth the man, he should be put to death. What else have we got? The Bible, King James Version. So he's gone and bought the Bible, now that he's back to life. Matthew. You have heard that it has been said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. But I say upon you, that you resist not evil, but whoever shall smite thee on the right cheek turns to him the other also. Yeah, so he's learning that it's an eye for an eye, leaves the whole world blind. Blah blah blah. What other demon can have these drawings? Obviously, I'm just not thinking enough of it, you know? Now this incident report. Right, this is the one from the same incident report. Now, if I was to guess, I reckon he's got the alcohol one. But it's hard to say for exact. It's not in here, right? Well, there's two of them right here, right? One of them that is his quote-unquote brother. So maybe he's made a clone of himself. Which makes sense, right? Because this guy's also got no eye and an arm. This person says he's got a broken arm in one of these. And there's no brother in here, right? So perhaps, yeah, it's a clone of himself. I could potentially guess that. To Beatrice. Hey Beatrice, in this today in class, you really changed. You've done your hair and dressing room nice. Looks cute, but most of all you seem way more confident. You never used to speak at all in class, but now you're helping me out in math. Anyway, the reason I'm writing you this letter is that I was wondering if you wanted to go to the movies with me this weekend. Steve Chen, lacrosse team that's studying midfielder. Well, that didn't really help out with the whole who actually has the demon. Because here, old class photo. Well, I look like an ugly troll. The demon sits with my foot. Oh my god. And now this guy, we don't know his name. He's got more gold. He's got yet another passport. This one of got marijuana in it. Oh yeah, heard me. Harmony Starbeam. It's got the pot. Definitely flake. The one. Keep your on his own eyes for 15 to 20 minutes every hour. Pure into his testicalities, emergency with his testicles. Transfusion disorder, right, because of the whole thing. Patient ID, right. Because of the Swedish penis pump that he bought. Alrighty. And a teller game shop. Snippy snappy alligators. What else do you buy? Buy chip. I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? He will... We got so much information about him as well, but we just don't have a name. I mean, it's not Harmony Starbeam. I think that we can tell that for certain, because that's the world's fakest bloody passport I've ever seen. It's got a... maybe we can tell the difference between fakes and reals. I'm gonna have a look. I think that the Steve Johnson one looks pretty good, to be honest. Robert Jones, let's have a look. I'm not gonna United States of America, Ohio, USA. Date of expiration. Department of State. I don't think that this is right? Won't be the Department of State that issues passports? Is it? Is it the same on all of them? Yeah. And it seems to be a year after, right? Posterity. In order to blah 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 blah. Issues show domestic tranquility. Prepare for the common defense. Promote the general welfare, ensure the business, blessing the liberty to assassinate posterity, do ordain. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is there 7 up in this white bit? It seems like it. What we can do is like put them all next to another and see if we can spot any differences by zooming in. I'm gonna put them all like this just so that I can see all of them. Okay. Yoink. Get up there. Perfect. USA, USA, USA. Oh. 10 years, 10 years, 10 years. And 10 years. Yep. Steve Johnson. 4th of 1950. When is his actual birthday? Did we find that? Just know who said the elevators. That's definitely his signature, SN. Louis Tigas is the doctor. Do we disappearing dress? Daisy Novelty Pen. International first class ticket. Baggage overweight. So no longer baggage overweight. 5 gold rings. Sven Johnson's Swedish. Yeah, so he's getting a bigger penis, or trying to at least. So you'd want one before 97, right? This one's probably the 1988 is the oldest, right? So I think he's probably Tyler Samuels out of all of these. I'm looking at the lines at the top here now. Establish, it also says by the people. Establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility. Yep, all fine. Provide for the common defense. Yeah. Promote the general welfare and secure. Yeah. Blessings of liberty to ourselves. Yeah. And our prosperity do obtain and establish their this Constitution of the United States of America. Yeah. This one says 4. Oh, they all say 4. Okay, I thought I said, well, I thought I read off, which I probably did, but the mountains all look the same, the American flag all looks the same, United States of America, play, USA, number. I don't know anything about passport numbers, so hopefully the game doesn't expect me to know anything. Then birth dates, we've got a whole bunch of different birth dates. Now his real one will probably have to have his real birth date on it, I'm imagining. And his real birthday area as well, I'd imagine. So if we can find either of those, we know that his daughter lives in Florida. But where does he live? Did he write it on his thing? He lives in Hilford District of Columbia. Where is... Did we get any DCs? Virginia, Vermont... No. So, obviously he doesn't still live here. Or, well... Florida. He might also have moved from Florida to DC. And he's got the Havana, Panama City. We know that when he's going back to see his daughter, so he's probably going back to Florida here. Yeah, which he is. Hamilton, Nassau, Westfield to Hamilton. Where's Hamilton? BDA. Hamilton is also in the USA. I remember reading about it in somewhere. Here, right? You remember my old pal Bob and Guff? There we go. You can bring Billy too if he wants. I'm in Miami this Thursday. So the Snippy Snappy game was that one. Okay. Yeah, I think that it was probably 20 diamonds. Romeo and Juliet. Right. What do you reckon? Team, what do you reckon? Unfortunately, yeah, it's probably one of these passports. It's his real identity. How can we figure that out? No idea. But it's either Robert Jones, which we'll put down, or Shelley Sylvester, or Tyler Samuels. Now, out of all of these, I think that Tyler Samuels is probably the closest. Let's read that letter from the daughter again. I probably didn't read that one enough. Okay, I'm going to do a page. Just write me back, please. Okay. Set out K-A-L. It's definitely not Starving Harmony, what with the fact that it's got like a weed symbol on it. And that the eagle looks way happier. Is the eagle different in all of these? I don't know what an eagle looks like. He looks the same in all of them. Yeah, I think it's probably 15th of June 1949. 48. It's probably this one. Well, we could. Maybe it's the amount of time, right? Because if he was born in 87, he'd be some years old, right? Does it say how old he is? Let's find out. None of these say how old he is. I imagine none of these receipts have how old he is. But, codeine. Yeah. No. I'm going to take you this Cuba. Ladies even more so. Alright, I'm going to maybe this Thursday. We can bring Billy along too if he wants. Okay. John's Rabbit. Steve Johnson. Alright. Well, I'll go back to this one in a minute, and I might cut out half of this, just so you guys don't get bored. But I'm sure I know whom it is. So it's 1997 now. Did he say? No. I don't think he's ever said how old he is. Bloody arsehole. I reckon it probably will be in here. 6'9", 420. Yeah, perfect. Do we think? Yeah. I was gonna do the math, but yeah. Hopefully we don't have to do that. Said. Let's get out of here. Who else have we got? This one. Now this one, we figured it out. Though we need to figure out his demon. Yeah, his demon I'm pretty sure is the drunk one. We can probably, maybe, guess that. Or the clone one. Yeah, that's the other one. Because he's got a clone, right? This guy, right here. And we also saw in here that there were 2 of them right here. Yeah, 2 clones. Yeah, perfect. So yeah, I reckon he's the cloner. What's his name? The one of duplication, right? Diplos. Like interior substance. Where they were held any they're posed in, right? Also hello. Okay. Yeah, I reckon that this is probably Diplos. The other one is no, it wouldn't be Doulos. Yeah, let's try guessing Diplos. I reckon the Tyrants is Diplos. Alright. Sorry, not that one. Sorry. The Scion. Now, I think that the Scions is Diplos, the Demon of Duplication. Yeah. Now, the reason why I think that is because of this photo right here, this photo right here, this photo right here. There's something here as well, and this Diplos. Do you think one of the 2 people in this photo is a duplicate created by the sign using the current Diplos? I do. However, it's impossible for either of the 2 individuals in the photos to be a duplicate created by Diplos. Conscious ability with a copy of the MRI would have revealed their head to be completely hollow, while the other individual was a Diplos clone that wouldn't have enough tailors to raise someone to the hospital. Okay, well maybe there is someone else in that case that can do the same thing. Maybe I will do myself again. No. Not yearning. Is it one where it does make a clone of yourself? Path beauty. Duplication, deception. Poverty, disease, forgetting hunger, madness, inebriation, memory, mockery, destiny, music, breath, law, inspiration, destruction, retreat. Demon of fire, demon of safety, demon of skill. Not skill. Death, miracles, chance. Okay. What I might do is read all of these, and I'll come back with the things, right? Okay, I think it's Nemesis, the demon of wrath. There's 2 things I think about that. And the reason why is because a dissection of the brain of a Nemesis band that died during the 86 Daemon Masquerade showed a considerable swelling in the amygdala, part of the brain responsible for anger, a proportional sinking of all other parts of the brain. This can lead to limited bound suffering from what today would be diagnosed as visual agnosia, the inability to recognize objects by looking at them, and a dark alternate possibility bent on revenge. It's single-handed affection, I see avenging any perceived sights against the bound. Right. And so that would have been why he went out to kill that one. Alrighty. So let's guess Nemesis in that case. I've discovered a masked demon. I reckon the Science demon is Nemesis. Nemesis. Yeah. The reason why I think that is because of this brain scan here. Did this say it pays the first aid before the no? Oh, is this is the brain scan prior to when he lost his eye, isn't it? I mean, there's also this. There's also this and this, right? these incidents. And then this. And this. Alright. So you believe that we have determined that the sign is bad nemesis between the MRI to see disease following the amygdala. Yeah, unfortunately for your theory, this scan looks totally normal. Okay. Sign is missing their left eye. It's a compelling idea. Okay. Well, let's get back to the drawing board in that case. I'll be back. We've got the masks. The happy and sad masks. I'm just trying to figure out the exact order that they go in. But yeah, because of this thread, I'm pretty sure that this is all correct. Now, yeah, maybe like that. Now, that would mean that that is like, maybe like this. I don't know. No, it seems that that's way more matching, right? It's just that this and this don't really match up. Perhaps it's like this. Let's put these in the middle. Get another one over here as well. So that one and that one. Perfect. No, stay there. Thank you. No. Whatever. That one and that one. And this one. No. This one here. Now, this one and this one. This one. And this one, right? Yeah. Where do you reckon this one goes though? I don't see really. Unless it's here. But then the happy one and the sad one. Anyway, yeah, it's like this is actually probably what's her name? The wolf. Now, where was that? It was tragedy, pathos. The ability to manipulate the events to heighten the dramatic tension. But it doesn't really look like pathos. Into confrontation with an opposing force. One ticket is antagonist of another player's story. Able to transform. Right. I don't think it is pathos though. Because it seems like everything is like coming out of Millhouse for you. Let's return back to the index. But yeah, that's interesting that it's like got that drama like thing there. Maybe it's Gallus. No. It's definitely not Gallus. Alright, back to it, I guess. Back to reading. Victorious the general reached down to unmask the males that admitted his wife into the room to the sun of blood drenched maniac screaming over his slain body, the body of her husband. Screaming. She split to the other side of the room, keeping her eye focused on the incurrently stabbing invader, followed to the large open window behind her. Watching his wife fall into the stones that below, the general was hysterical direct, tracking the mouse from the cots he fled back in time, wishing to stop a death ripple from making a terrible mistake. So he just kept it in a loop, essentially, forever. Okay, maybe this one Kronos is this guy's. Because there's two of him here, so Kronos does add a second copy. There's also two of him on the floor here. So, no, not here. So you'd think that that would be the same guy. So is that necessarily the same? I don't know, it's hard to tell. The other thing I noticed is that the brother bought him by his brother. Jeremy been him 1997, but in this original one, these have also been reversed, right? 1997. Yeah, this happened in 1997, the attack. Yeah. The subject inevitably slipped a huge injury. The temple inevitably struck a doll from a patrol vehicle. Okay. And this is 1997, yeah. So it's the same. Okay. No. But let's try it anyway. That's the other thing. It was spotted by their typical. Okay. We do reflect an intestine in his family. But, yeah, so he got a letter from his dad that was like, yo, you're doing bad at school. But we know that he's doing good at school based on this. He got like an A+. Yeah. So, we might try Kronos. Let's give it a go. I've discovered a Masquerade demon. I reckon it's the Scion's demon. I've got Kronos. Demon of Time. The evidence that I've got is this, perhaps this, and this. Okay, in this photo from the general we can get a glimpse of an individual that is identical to the Scion, yep, perfect. But in the letter the Scion's father states that he only has one son, yeah, I did get that. And they might just be half brothers from the same mother. Presumably I think you were right in your assertion that a demon's power is involved. The two brothers are actually a single person that's time traveling, allowing them to be in two places at once. It seems to me the sign is branded Kronos, Demon of Time, which explains why the evidence is so out of order. So far the true nation of Fire is 62, the So's real name is Owen Lucas, and they're branded Kronos, the Demon of Time. Correct the case. Another step closer to the victory. Now I think I might have figured out the true nature of this person as well. As I said before, I've been like playing with this. The other thing that I noticed was this one, right? This is where this guy, the one with the eye patch, yeah, this one, and this guy, are which is the what's his name? This guy, the Revenant, are fighting. And that's in the future, right? It hasn't happened yet. Or something like that. Or is it this one that's in the future? It hasn't happened yet? Because we never saw the guy strangling him. So, I reckon that she's probably telling the future. Which makes more sense. So, where's the one that tells the future? A prophecy, hypnos. Yeah. It shows the visions of the future. Yeah. As the demons appear, the personal and credit form understood only by the bearer. With a family home, or that home will be ruined by passionate infidelity. Many of these verses describing events yet to come. Okay. It was written in English with the non-translated prints. Come the last contents of Master of Milius turn a scholar were rose denied of that which they are on, the master of philosophy and opera for that is spoiled, and other taking their place in a charm made a buoyant. Okay, let's go. I've discovered a masker's identity. I think the dreamer. Oh no, we've already figured that one out. Now, I've discovered a masker's demon. think I've just skipped the Dreamers. Now they're dreamed to the one that's this one. Mouse, Demon of Prophecy. Yes, I think that one or this one, or and then we go. Possibly there was this one. That one was like, yo, when I woke up. Yeah, this one. Memories that it happened to land around, and then this one. Yeah, perfect. Alrighty, I think that this is probably fine. On this page from this photo, the dreamer mentions that the idea from a painting was fully formed in their head when they woke up. Yeah, perfect. And so you're saying that the dream is illustrations of predictions of the future. Then this painting must describe the sign attacking the revenant. Yeah. You're convinced me the dreamer is bound to hypnosis, demon, of prophecy. That's because of the prophetic dreams. So far, we discovered the true natures of Sex as demons. The demon's real name is Deborah Raymond, and they're bound to hypnosis, the demon of prophecy. Ooh, okay, perfect. Easy. Now, 4 people. Who have we got left to figure out who people are? We need this. No. We need. No. We need this one and this one. Let me do some reading, and I want to look at these passports as well again, and we'll be back. There we go. That's one down. You only got the one year after he was born. 1987 as well would make him what? It's what, 1997 now? 10 years old? Yeah. Oh, this guy's got an eye patch on. I don't know why I didn't see that before. Alrighty. So, I think that I've figured out that his name is Shirley Sylvester. And the reason why is because this one has people spelled wrong, which I did see before and then just missed. This one is born in 1987, and it's only 1997 now, which will make him 10 years old. He's way more than 10 years old. This one, the guy's got an eye patch. That's this bird. Alrighty. Now, let me put this one in. Just give it a mask his identity. The last one, the hedonist. Now, the girl, I do not know. But this is Sylvester Shirley. Yeah. This particular bad boy. So let's just get all of these, right? Passport is in there, so that you need to be the hedonist real passport. I think that this is a copy of the hedonist passport is real. We need to prove the rest of the fact. To do that, you need to find an error on each of the hedonist other passports. Draw a circle to indicate where the area is forgery. But the forgery is here. See it? The eagle on the seal is holding a pair of AK-47s. I didn't even notice that, but clearly amped, but a mistake on the porter's part. Draw a circle area is the forgery. This one, people. We the people. I'm afraid whoever forged this passport may be a touch dyslexic. Draw a circle to indicate where this area is a forgery. Right here, system will use 1987. Mate is not 10 years old. From the dates this passport belongs to a child, however the photo certainly doesn't look that young. And draw a circle, well this is the massive marijuana leaf, as well as the fact that the bird has opened its mouth. The giant cannabis leaf in the background, now I can't unsee it. Firstly, the hedonist is Sylvester Shirley, the only passport that isn't an obvious fake. So far we managed to identify this 5 of the 6 maskers. Sylvester Shirley and the band of Featherless, the Demon of Wealth. We've cracked the case for real this time. Perfect, alrighty. Now this is the last one, so let me read these and come back. The 2 people that kind of don't belong in this one are this lady with the pink. And this lady with the bangs. Who's this lady with the bangs? This one? Who's her name? Julia Shaitan? Or is she one of the ones that... she is one of the ones that bitch number 2. So Brittany Campbell. She's the one that cut out. So where is... So yeah, she's the odd one out in this whole situation. She's the odd one out here in this situation. But they used to be friends. I guess that they used to be friends and now they're not. Yeah, and this one, there she is again. Used to be friends. Yeah. I like this real world photo with the animations. It's real cool. And there she is. Yeah. As well as that one. Okay, so yeah. I think that this is Bridget Carter. If I was to guess. Bridget Carter, definitely not that ugly. But you know. I've just given a mask his identity. The tyrant. Is it the tyrant? Yeah. Yes. Bridget. No, I do not. Bridget Carter. Let me underline it. There we go. Yes. The tyrant. I think it is Bridget Carter. So this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Oh, well, I've put too little information in probably. I believe that Bridget is the tyrant because she appears in the photos taken at the park. For that to the retrieving newspaper, all of the photos at the park. Draw a circle to indicate where Bridget is in this photo. She's right here. Yeah, I see Bridget sitting on the bench. Draw a circle to indicate where Bridget is in this photo. Right here. I've already drawn her. It looks like Bridget got shot with pushing a swing. Circle where Bridget is in this photo. She's right here in the background. There's Bridget chasing after Savannah. She's literally right here. You're right, that's Bridget's arm. Draw a circle would indicate this is Bridget right here in the middle. Final photo says Bridget leaving the park. The tyrant is Bridget Carter. She's the only one that appears in all the photos of the park. This meaning the reveal of the identity of all the other maskers and their demons. Tyrant's real name is Bridget Carter, and with the band of Pathnos, the demon of envy. Crack the case. There's a final piece of the puzzle. Just in the nick of time too. There's only 5 minutes left until the end of the masquerade. What happens now? Well, the clock starts 12, everyone will turn to the ceremonial hall. Once you've revealed as a hunter, you'd have to prove you're unmasked everyone. It should prove fairly simple, we just have to... Knock, knock, knock. It's strange, it's 11:55 at night. Were you expecting a visitor? No, yeah, it's him. Nobody move. Oh, you must be Detective Lambda. My father's a big fan. Don't worry, I'm just waiting for your friend Agent Dolan. He and I have business to take care of. Wait, what is all this stuff? Yeah, I'm my essay for philosophy class. It is the Garden of Eden party. My medical records. Yep, how could I have been so stupid? Ed Dolan is the hunter. You are. Yeah, it's you. Yeah, perfect. You know it. You've been manipulating everything from the start, tricking us into killing each other. Don't bother attempting to ambush me with your demon and make a sound and I'll end you. Wait, I'm over here. We surrender. Not that ambushing type, you see. Be that as it may, it's better to be safe than sorry. Tell me. Click. Can a demon survive being shot in the head? Yes, probably. Yes, but my beret will be utterly ruined. Well, we wouldn't want that. Click. Sorry, Lambda, I suppose I'll have to kill you instead. I don't think you want to do that, huh? It's me, Agent Dolan. Hello, everyone. Dolan, this doesn't concern you. Oh, but it does. If you shoot Lambda now that the masquerade has ended, I'll have to disqualify you. What the fuck? And you know about the Daemon Masquerade? Of course, I've been keeping an eye on both of you. Were you a previous, if there anything that we were letting you all run around as unsupervised? Have you been working for the Institute from the beginning? Ha 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 ha. I reckon he is a previous person. Me working for the Institute? I am Pathos. Yeah, there he is. Quick change. For this child. Yeah. I am the Institute. Yep. I knew it. I knew it. You're the Adjudicator? The Adjudicator is but one role that I've performed. Just like Ed Ray Dolan. And just like Dr. Eleanor Dow. They're all synonyms. Each is just one of 100 faces. I could have figured it out if I spent more time actually reading them. I've overseen the Masquerade for 2,000 years, and I plan to run it for at least 1,000 more. It's not right, the Adjudicator is supposed to abdicate every 25 years, so I'll just hand over the position to another version of myself. Fair enough, too. That's not really the spirit of the rules, is it? Well, who are you to lecture me on the spirit of the rules, Demon? I who pinned the very pact of the Masquerade. I who ended your kind's ceaseless hostility, and I who provided you with a band of unparalleled quality. The end of the 93rd Daemon Masquerade draws near, and I am loath to be unpunctual. The Aida transport us immediately. Shing. So, of course, Master. So that was the name that we would, I guess, or the real name is what we were made to forget. Because is that, like, I haven't read much of that person's thing, but, you know, that demon's injury, but yeah, is that how that demon works? Like, you have to name the true name? Well, it seems once again the scholar will be the last to join us. Finally, everyone's here. Well, almost everyone. How do you make light of the damage your foolish games caused? Damage the game has caused? You're the one going around blinding people. It is only by the mercy and grace of God that you're still alive. Don't make me reconsider. There will be time to settle any grievances later. Honestly, this is less than a blast than usual. 6 out of 7 maskers still in one piece is considerable achievement. In one piece? You called this in one piece? I crushed my balls with a sledgehammer, yep. Oh dear. They crushed his balls. Have you ever heard of anything as funny as that? I don't think it's appropriate to laugh at the misfortune of others. But no, I've never heard anything as funny as that. Well, the masquerade is ended and the moment has finally come. It's time to reveal the identity of the hunter. The hunter was... me. The blue one. The scholar. The yellow one. Fuck you, Lambda. So you weren't even the hunter, you murderous brute? Isn't the person that hasn't said anything kind of anticlimactic if you ask me? Well, the hunter claimed victory and must successfully unmask all of the other participants. To do so, they were required to present their deductions about the other maskers' identities and demons. For listening to the hunter's explanation, each of you will be granted the right to rebuttal. You only get one chance to object, so listen carefully for any holes in the hunter's logic. Your first opponent is the hedonist. Hunter, you may begin. The hedonist. Real name Sylvester Shelley. I was unable to uncover Mr. Shelley's identity from his passport. There are several facts I was able to rule out due to the numerous mistakes in the forgeries. How did you obtain his passport? Do not talk out of turn unless you want to lose your chance to rebuttal. Only the hedonist may object at the moment. My demon allows me to replicate any document about a specified target. Come on out, Vilios. Greetings, everyone. Using this power, I was able to obtain receipts of all the hedonist transactions. Don't get me the wrong idea, the pump was a gift for a friend. Oh, really? I'm sure. His receipts reveal that he will use his powers to transform items into materials of greater value, proving he is bound to Plutos, the demon of wealth. Thank you, Hunter. Hedonist, your rebuttal? Oh, geez, a rebuttal? I haven't really thought about it. I guess the thing that comes to mind is, you found my name on one of the passports, right? Could they have all been fakes? Why would I use my real name to book a ticket? Why would the hedonist use their real name to book a ticket? An excellent rebuttal, I was wondering that myself. Well, Lambda, you need to give us compelling proof that the hedonist did indeed use their real name. I need my pinboards if you want me to provide evidence. Of course, I had to go and fetch the hunter's evidence. Right away, Master. Here you go. Alright, Hunter, show us a piece of evidence that refutes the hedonist rebuttal. Well, the thing that there we go, English. Where's the flight that he took as his real name, Shelley Sylvester? Was departing Havana and arriving in Panama. Okay, that doesn't really help that much. Shelley. I didn't think about this, as you might have not have noticed. Shelley. Hello again, sweetie. I've been traveling around a lot. I'm about to take off from Cuba as I want this. It's funny, so you remember my old pal Bobby Gaff, right? Okay, so yeah. So Bobby knew his real name, so that's why he would have had to use his real name on the passport. There we go. Okay. In this postcard to his daughter, the hedonist mentions that he ran into an old friend at the ticket desk of the airport. There's no way that he could have used a fake identity, because his friend would have recognized it wasn't his actual name. Well, my dear Hunter, that reasoning is absolutely flawless. And so, in accordance to the rules, the hedonist is eliminated from the masquerade. Jeez, I was not expecting the master to suddenly explode like that. Yeah. Well, the money was fun while it lasted. I found some other way to get by. And in the end, it didn't bring me closer to my daughter. So maybe being rich isn't all that it's cranked up to be. Yeah, well, you did get your balls busted. Quite enough groping from the losing side. Let's continue. Hunter, you have successfully eliminated one of the musketeers. It's time to unmask your second opponent, the Dreamer. That's fair enough, the Dreamer. Real name Deborah Raymond. Throughout the masquerade, the Dreamer painted images of anthropomorphic animal characters. These artworks were similar stylistic similarities to illustrations found in Miss Raymond's Roseford novels. As for a demon, throughout the masquerade, events keep happening that were oddly reminiscent of the Dreamer's artwork. It seemed as though her paintings were actually predicting the future. Thus, the only possible answer was Hypnos, the demon of prophecy. Very well, Dreamer, you may offer your rebuttal. No, I'm fine. Everything the scholar said was accurate. You're waiving your right of rebuttal? All I lose is the powers, right? I guess I am sad to part with Hypnos. It was fun sharing my dreams with that sassy little sloth. That's with the premonition of learned that the only way to see the future is to stop dwelling on the past. Sure you don't want to ask the hunter a question? Is there anything at all that you're curious about? That's the sake for my own curiosity sake. Of the artworks I painted this week, which was your favourite? Which is the hunter's favourite of the Dreamer's paintings? It's not really a rebuttal, but it's certainly intriguing. Well, my favourite is, I would like to say this one, the squirrel. Picture of the squirrel wagering its nut. Most of us must have the same strength of humour. Yeah. Enough appreciation, let's get back to the masquerade. Perfect. Beatrice. Dreamer has been eliminated. Honestly, as a published author, it was always going to be tricky for me to beat someone with base magic powers. That's true. Hunter has successfully eliminated 2 maskers. Had time to ask the third, the tyrant. Real name Bridget Carter. Using the abilities of Balustrada, but a set of photos taken of the tyrant at the park with their friends. But it ascertained that the tyrant was Bridget Carter. She was the only person who appeared in all of the park photos. The photos that appeared to show Savannah Marshall by herself were also replicated. Due to this, I realized Bridget used the powers of Phonatos to shift into Savannah. Oh, tyrant, your rebuttal. You can also choose to fall feet like the Dreamer did. Fuck off, you little owl bitch. I'm not giving this power for anything. Plus, your beret is tacky. Tacky? How dare she? Lambda, you need to destroy this foolish girl. Ah, ball. Hunter, please control your demon. Tyrant, please continue. If I understand correctly, your power creates a copy of any document that is about me or was created by me. Assume that I'm Bridget Cantor because she's in all the Polaroids. But couldn't it also be the case that I'm the one who took the photos? How does the tyrant know that, how do you know the tyrant was the one they took the photos? An excellent rebuttal. This is how the game is meant to be played. Hunter, you may proceed. Well, the reason why I know that you didn't take the photos is because, I don't know, of this information right here, right? This Polaroid information about this lady. After carrying a photo suck and nobody likes you. Yes, perfect. In this diary entry, you mentioned the shitty followers that Kara takes, confirming that you didn't take the photos, Kara did. A valiant effort on the tyrant's part, but the hunter's logic is sound. And now will she go back to being normal? Yeah, she will. The tyrant is eliminated from the Daemon Masquerade. Damn it, this isn't fair. Yeah, you're back to your normal self. This is fucking bullshit. I finally get a chance to be more than just a face in the crowd, but I've ended up even more hideous than before. Yep. Well, I wouldn't say that you're hideous. That's not true. It's okay to feel frustrated that you lost, but you should never be ashamed of your scars. Because they turn you into a badass. Heck yeah, you got it, lady, you got it. Make her more compelling. Hey, ladies, want to make this into a group hug? Now go away, you nutless freak. What a touching display. Now let's get back to the matter at hand. Hunter, you have successfully eliminated 3 maskers. You may continue with the 4th Revenant. The Revenant, real name Theodore Turner. During the Masquerade, the Revenant was killed by the Scion. After he died, I attended his death certificate, which included his full name. And when he resurrected several days later, it seemed obvious he had the power of Thanatos, the Demon of Death. What a useless power it was. I couldn't even save my niece, after this bastard killed her. Yeah. You guys started it, I was just defending myself. Defending yourself? You murdered me unprovoked. Well, it's a matter of perspective. Yeah, I mean, you did go back in time to stop the punch, right? Revenant, am I to take it that you're also waving around a rebuttal? I don't care about this foolish game, but I do have a question for the one that's been observing us all. Did I do the right thing attacking this murderer? I would say that you probably didn't do the right thing by attacking him. I think that an eye for an eye does leave the whole world blind. No. How can I be sure of that? Why shouldn't the Revenant believe they acted immorally? An unusual question, but I will humor it. The reason why is because of the Bible, right? This one. Yeah. Yeah, Matthew says this. So you're saying that it was wrong for me to attack my niece's killer, that I should have forgiven him instead. Thank you for telling me your honest feelings. Alright, we've humored this theological discussion long enough. Perfect. The Revenant has been eliminated from the Masquerade. What it's worth, I'm glad I didn't become a murderer. The entire game is detestable, these powers are not worth their cost. I would do almost anything to see my niece again. I'll never sacrifice the life of another bringing her back. But there's, I mean, the guy can do it. He's got the power of time travel. Get him to do it. It's not what Angela would have wanted. That reminds me, due to her death, the Labourer has been eliminated from the Masquerade, which means 5 out of 6 maskers have been eliminated. It's time to unmask your final opponent, the Scion. The Scion, real name Owen Lucas. From his previous feedback, I got the impression that the Scion's father holds an important position. Plus, the Scion had to be one of the people mentioned in the FBI member, so it seemed obvious that the Scion was the only new hire with the same name and last name as the director of the FBI. As for what his demon is, that's a more complicated matter. I believe that the Scion is bound to Kronos, demon of time. Seems that at first the Scion didn't use his newfound power, but was attacked by an arranged Revenant on the final day of the Masquerade. Yeah. To escape the Revenant and jump back in time to the 3rd day, was checked into hospital by a future version of himself. While recovering in hospital, trying to determine the hunter's identity, told the 6th day where his location was discovered by the Labourer. The Labourer interrogated the Scion to learn why he had killed their uncle. Unfortunately for the Scion, he hadn't killed the Revenant yet, so he had no idea what she was talking about, right? I presume that the Scion was rescued by his future self who killed the Labourer in the process. Right, okay. A very complicated time shenanigans. This broken arm was put in a cast, the Scion again jumped back in time, got the Revenant on day 2 of the Masquerade. Perhaps he thought he could avoid being blinded by killing the Revenant, but it was actually the event that set everything in motion. Right. An excellent summary. Scion, your rebuttal? What a load of convoluted bullshit. I agree, it is a lot of convoluted bullshit. You claim you have been jumping back in time. That means I've spent like 3 weeks in this stupid game. Possible proof could you have that I've experienced more time than the rest of you? What proof is it? The science is experiencing more time than other maskers? You'd have to work cut out for you trying to counter this rebuttal. Well, sure. What exactly? Let me read this stuff again. Crazy bitch. This one, probably. Because of the whole thing. Maybe. Okay, I think I've got it. That's what this says, yeah, okay. So the incident only appeared on, like, the 11th, right? But his fucking watch is on the 21st, the date. So he's been doing this for a long time. Like, 11 days. Here we go. I've heard of me flipping the bird. Does that prove? The important thing is in your hand it's the watch. You're wearing a world it's daytime. It doesn't just tell the time of day, it also displays the date. The date on your watch is 10 days ahead of the security camera's time, which is exactly the stupidity of you expected of your time provided in the way I described. I'm sure that if we were to check your watch now, it would still be off by the same amount. Don't you dare. No, that won't be necessary. The reasoning is convincing. Bang. The sign is eliminated from the masquerade. You can't be serious. This is fucking bullshit. What's the point of time travel if you can't even change the past? This whole game is a sham. You better be prepared I'm gonna have the full force of the FBI after you. Yeah, that's funny. You're gonna cry to daddy, are you? The FBI is a trivial matter that the entire US government is at my beck and call. Gave you and Lambda the same number of hints along the way, but you still lost. And with that, the 93rd Daemon Masquerade has come to a close, and the hunter was victorious. The rest of you have made a valiant attempt, but as losers you are unbound from your demons and stripped of your powers. They were all sad about this. And this was your final attempt land and passed with flying colours. Masquerade was not only intended to teach you how to use your demon's power, but its true goal was far loftier, to teach the nature of the power of self. Really, as these fellows demonstrated, power in the wrong hands leads only to self-destruction. Hey, just because we didn't win doesn't make us failures. Granted them exactly what they desired and they had used it to ruin themselves. I didn't ruin myself, I was that monobrowed bitch Beatrice. I didn't say Beatrice is a bitch. Well, your victory has proven that the worthy separate themselves from the worthlessness. The worthless? Who are you calling worthless? Surely you can now see that the domination and oppression are not byproducts of civilization, they are its fuel. Power cannot exist without powerlessness, freedom cannot exist without some form of slavery. So that's what this is all about, some redneck KKK nonsense? Yes, it is. Anyone that tries to rise above their plans in the natural order will surely suffer the consequences. So proud of you, Lambda. Today you enter the ranks of the truly powerful. The time has finally come for you to join your brothers and sisters in our illustrious order on the way things that we will accomplish together. Challenge. What was that, sweetie? I challenge you for the position of adjudicator. You miserable little cretin. Who put this foolish idea into your head? Oh, who indeed? Biblios, is your tiny Kansas detective? Have you forgotten what happened the last time you tried to challenge an adjudicator? Since the idea of bending to the Library of Alexandria was not enough to teach you a lesson, perhaps I should have to burn down the Library of Congress this time. No, better yet, I'm going to destroy your precious journalism. By the time I'm done, the newspaper with nothing but celebrity gossip and thinly veiled editorializing. Oh my god, she predicted the future. She knew it. I'm fully aware of the consequences of my action, but that doesn't make my challenge any less valid. Don't forget your past, Demon. The form of the challenge is still mine to decide. Whom my contests are rhetoric, perhaps a quiz on natural scientists? No, the perfect idea. The challenge is simple. What is my name? If you can answer that question correctly, then you'll be crowned the new adjudicator. The challenge is unfair. How do we know that you won't just lie or guess your name incorrectly? Think that our steps allow us to cheat in an official challenge? Fine, to assuage your fears, I'll write my name down on a sheet of paper and place it inside an envelope. I'll give the envelope to it, and can judge the challenge. Can I use the power of Biblios during the challenge? That would mean that you could just replicate this envelope to learn my name. Allowed only on the condition that you're limited to replicating on the documents you've already read. Deal. Then it seems we're in agreement of the terms of the challenge. Alrighty, challenge. Begin. It seems the final battle has begun. Biblios, replicate. Joink, joink, joink. Okay, we've got a surprisingly large amount of evidence this might be possible. However, you make sure you think your answer through carefully. You're going to get a one shot at guessing the adjudicator's name. It all comes down to this. Alright, let's have a read, shall we? So number 1 is... Oh, this is interesting, the fact that it's got these. Now, we know that she likes to use the Doctor... the same name. Dr. Elna Dow. Dr. Elna Dow is, yeah, this one. So that's Edna E. Rowland. Now we know that she's old. D. Doctor. No. Albert Einstein, nope. Benjamin Franklin, nope. Might be Adolf Hitler. No, is there a D in your name? Elena Dow. No. No, that's too long, that's too long. That's way too long. No, that's too long. That's way too long. Jane Jacques Rousseau. No. No, no T in the E. No, I didn't see him in here. Or her. Edna. Is it either? Elena. Dr. Elena Dow. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 letters long. Now this one. Oh, I don't really want to read that. Dr. Yeah. Dr. Inna Elio. So the same person that saw that. Ed Ray Dolan. Eda E. Rowland. Now, the forgotten lecture is this one, alright? What's her power do? Her power does... It's, the dogs. It's the doggos. This one, tragedy. Manipulate events to highlight their dramatic tension. The main way that Pathless, when Pathless bound, will manipulate several people at once in order to play them off against each other. Casting one tragic as the antagonist of another order's story. Able to transform in order to take any role required by the plot. Is that all the different prisoners that can change the names that their anagrams are based on the historical occurrence of Pathless. They do not seem as though the names that shapeshift forms any connection to their real name, nor to that alliance of any previous person noun. Okay. So it might not be that it's Edna E. Rowland, but yeah, it's not forgetfulness, because that's the other bad boy. It's not this one. It's not this one, because we know who that is. It's not this one. It's not this one. It's not this one. And it's not this one, alright? So, who knows? But she's manipulating all these events to happen, right? Through Featherless. Where is this? Alright, recognize him. But Dr. Elio is going to double check Dr. Elio. Right. So there we go. Dame Dario's male enhancement clinic. So she has been working with like all of these people. Observed. Leon Rididala. Oh, okay. So she has been, yeah, using all of the things to actually ruin things. I will read this, but is this the professor's name? Yeah, Dr. Professor Elna Donede. There we go. So we know that Professor Ernelina Dow. We know Dr. Edna Elio. We know Ida Dolan. Which is here actually. We know Ida E. Roland. We know this is Dr. Elio here. This is Dane D'Aurelio. We know this is Leon Dalla. But Andrea Dole as well. I think that's all of them. The first masquerade was held during the 4th century BCE, which the subsequent masquerade held exactly 25 years apart. Alrighty, so the name of the demon they're bound to is discovered they die. Alrighty. The first masquerade was held during the 4th century BCE. So 4th century is like, I don't know. I can't do math. Like Aristotle-ish. That'd be 3rd century. No, let's have a look. These guys are all new. Maybe Zex is the first. Let's put in everyone that has a birthday prior to these ones. So Julius Caesar, die, and Aristotle. If you can right, make sure you're 100. We only have one shot at this. Well, that's very confident. What? Why are you trying to identify the power? Like a nice to try to identify that I woke up at the hospital. I shouldn't have been attacked by the hunter, so if I could kill them before they were attacked at me, I'd never been blinded. Turns out not only does time not work that way, and you were actually the hunter all along. Wow. Alright, well let's leave this conversation. Let's talk to this dead person. I'm sorry. Couldn't save you. Why are you pretending to be in Egypt? It all seems so foolish now. When I received my cancer diagnosis, I didn't want to be added to all of my troubles. She obviously noticed me losing my hair from my chemotherapy, so I needed some excuse for why she converted me. Finally going on the trip to Egypt that I'd already dreamed of seemed like a plausible enough lie. Right, fair enough. Why didn't you use your power to resurrect your niece? Why didn't I use my power to bring Angela back? Don't you think I would do anything to bring her back if I could? The demon told me I was limited to a single use of his power, and that it had been depleted when I was revived. What was the point of it all? Why doesn't this kiss power exist if I can even use it to save the people I love? Yeah, I agree, it's shit. It is shit. You wouldn't remember it, to be honest. What? Why are you staring at me? What happened to Beatrice Queen? Well, Beatrice came to visit me in the hospital after she stabbed me in the face. That bitch stabbed me in the face. Turns out any scans I received while transformed still show up in my original face. Thanks for that, Beatrice. My Beatrice is bawling and begging me for forgiveness. I'm not a resentful person, so I accepted her apology. Then as she was leaving, I pushed her down a flight of stairs. Really? Someone at the hospital has probably found the body, but after the makeover I gave her, I'm sure they'll have no idea who she is. Why did you do that? You're lesbians together. How did you become friends with Savannah? It wasn't anything special. We were seated next to each other during derogatory class in middle school. So Tinder me and Colin and my Betty the Bunny bracelet. That we started talking and she invited me to sit with her group during lunch. Well, you know what the funniest thing is? Despite everything, I miss that bitch. Yeah, fair enough. But why did you choose to Savannah? You buried her. You buried her in the garden. She's dead. Yeah. I suppose you want to know how it happened? The day we went to the park at Savannah, I could sleep over at her house because my parents were fighting. She agreed and later that night I suggested that we go for a swim in the pool. I just swim for a while. We were feeling cold and decided to hop in the jacuzzi. Can you believe that? Her family has a pool and a jacuzzi. While in the jacuzzi, I pushed her head under the water and held it down. I couldn't even hear her thrashing over the scent of the jets. I found the groundskeeper shovel and buried Savannah in the backyard next to the tennis court. Can you believe it? Her family has a pool, a jacuzzi and a tennis court. And yep, yeah, so you murdered her. That's what I wanted to know. Hi. Do you want to ask me something? Who's the next Rose Fulton novel coming out? Are you wondering if I'm going to leave Academania research to go through the story under my name? Even at my most depressed, there was zero chance of that happening. I'm not going to write the next Rose Fulton novel for a while, but I've got an idea for a brand new story that I'm dying to tell. Perfect. Yes, write all about this. My lady? I wrote all about it. What did you see in your dream last night? I want to know. That's right, you mentioned that in the trial that the dreams had not shown me were premonitions of the future. So curious about the final dream that I never bothered to make into a painting. Lima was trapped inside a dark cave, so the cave was so dark that Lima couldn't see its own hands. In the distance, I could make out the faintest hint of light. Scaring through the cave for miles, Lima reached the exit, and once they got there, it grew favorably the familiar cave and its comfortable nothingness. We've seen whether or not the Lima decided to leave the cave. It means it's something to you because I was never able to work out what the visions have not shown me symbolized. Aren't you meant to be able to do though? Isn't it the whole thing? There's this conversation. I don't care about how you're feeling. I don't care about you whatsoever. I want to see this unredacted. Never got to read this unredacted. Oh, there's a version 2 up here. Aha, there we go. Begin from where the have been assigned the same ID code. Right, okay. There we go. Let me just do a little Google search of when 4th century BCE was. Stated on day of 400 BC and ended the last day at 301 BC. Okay, let's have a look. Who was alive then? Aristotle. When was Xerxes? (519 to 465). So he was not living during that time. So it was just Aristotle in that case then. So we can see that Dr. Edna Dow is probably Aristotle. And with that, let's go. We come to a conclusion, or do you want to just to talk? I know your name. Your name is Aristotle. So the lambda, what is my name? The answer is correct. Congratulations, Lambda. You're officially the new adjudicator. Yippee! We did a Lambda. As the adjudicator, you're free to assign and revoke people's demons as you see fit. So this is your first act. You confiscate any demons that have been misused. What? You can't do this to me. I'm gonna confiscate that one. Think of all that we could learn, Lambda. All the good we could do. Pathos. Aren't we friends? Haven't you always been there for you? Please, Linda, I can't survive without the power of demons. You're transforming into all your people now. Aristotle, you lived a long, full life. I think it's time to accept you're not going to live forever, and instead starting to make peace with death. Pathos, you are unbound. See ya, Ari. Bye. Pathos, you're out. I had to put the old man in one of the holding rooms, but we can discuss a long-term solution later. Sure thing, Lambda. You're the boss. Yoink. Now, I'm going to give you back. Well, everyone, it seems this long nightmare has finally come to an end. What's going to happen now? From the beginning, the masquerade was set up to play out as a tragedy. It sought to pit us against each other in the pursuit of wealth, status, and power. Because we have a rematch of the 93rd Daemon Masquerade under a new set of rules. This time there will be no restrictions on your demon's powers, and there'll be no hunger. Instead, the winner will be whoever chooses the most good for humanity over a period of 1 week. I think the best place to start will be undoing all of the damage caused by the last masquerade. Do you agree to those terms? Of course. I'm going to donate all that money I can to a charity. And I'm going to buy me a new set of bonds. Really damn big ones. Hopefully my prophecy will be able to save people from natural disasters. Plus I'm going to write an awful lot about our experiences here. I always wanted to try an urban fantasy. If the old man is willing to help me, we'll be able to bring back the people I killed. I'll try not to do anything intentionally evil. That's as much good as you can expect from a teenager. Firstly, I think I'm going to stop using the powers of Kronos. I've had enough time travel for a lifetime. I'm going to become the best special agent that I can be. Wait, so I'm going to be able to use the power? I'm going to be able to bring it back? I can't tell you what this means to me. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Alright, Iota should be ready to send us back now. All meet back here in the midnights of September 19th before we'll split up again, or I just leave one last thing to say. It's been nice to finally meet you all in person. Oh, Lambda, that's so cute. Well, can we leave the house now? Are you ready to leave? No, not yet. That's alright, take your time. I'm ready whenever you are. Let's have a look at the board. Deranged kidnapper licked up. Yes! Look at that. Yes. Besides that, language declaring that his man that has been dead for over 2,000 years, the kidnapper also asserted that he legally adopted the children as part of a government program to train intelligence operators, full knowledge and backing of the CIA. When asked for a comment, CIA Director Bert Stanfield replied that the man's crazy with the utterly ludicrous ravings of a demented madman, said, I can honestly say that I've never seen this man before in my life. Kidnapper's crimes were discovered by one of the FBI's newest recruits, Special Agent Owen Lucas, son of the FBI Director Clark Lucas. When asked to give a statement of his son's investigation, Defender Lucas effusively declared he's a chip of the old block, how he's a bit investigated than even his old man. Younger Lucas was more modest of his situation. None of this would have been possible without the tireless work of many different people, including local law enforcement, child protective services, and of course Detective Lambda. 11 separate card charges of kidnapping injected. Right. The identity of the children at the center of this case will of course remain anonymous. However, it's been revealed that due to the fact that all of them are orphans, they will likely be placed in the care of the only abductee over the age of 18, and only man that the children refer to as Grandpa Alfie. And there is, oh, they're playing the crocodile game. Yeah, his daughter took him back in. Hey buddy, my daughter thought that I should write you a thank you note after all you've done for us, and seeing as she's a lot smarter than her old man, I figured I'd listen to her. So thank you, Yolanda. If it wasn't for you, I would never have had the chance to reconnect with Holly, or been able to have a place in my grandson's life. Perhaps the prosthetic testicles were also a big win. Can you confirm that they are massive? I thought I'd also mention that I'm on a 14-step program to cut down on the gambling. And it's going to be more effective than those lousy 12-step problems. It has a whole 2 extra steps. Anyway, I'm rambling, but if you're ever in Miami, we should catch up. I found a strip club that serves the most delicious wings in the entire continental US. It's going to blow your mind, I promise. Hope to see you soon, Sylvester Sally. Hey Lambda! Well, it turns out that unmurdering people brings its own set of complications. Mr. Turner was able to bring both Savannah and Beatrice back to life with his demon, but of course they both remember everything that led up to their deaths. Beatrice was not that much of a problem, she just figured she'd tripped down the stairs and hit her head. Rumors persisted she'd only be unconscious for a day. Savannah did not think things quite so well. Prior to convinced her that I wasn't pushing her underwater to drown her, her head got caught up in the jacuzzi intake and was trying to pull her out. The fact that she had known me over the next couple of days, despite everyone else complaining she was at school and acting completely normal, was picked her out. She hadn't gone to the police or anything, but Savannah and the rest of the group had begun totally ignoring me. Honestly, I'm fine with it. I want friends that I can rely on, that I know will have my back rather than turning on me because I'm worried associating with me will hurt their popularity. Maybe we'll join one of the sports teams, lacrosse perhaps. If a ditch shit like Stevie Chin can play it, it can't be that hard. Finally, in the spirit of reconciliation, I just want to say that I'm sorry that I said Biblius Beret was cherry tacky. Oh, and there they are playing lacrosse. Oh, cute. And here. Ah, that's the whole orphans. There we go. All the orphans. Oh, and there's the old man who had the turtle. He's ancient, very very ancient. Uh, there's the agent. Detective Lambda says that unfortunately I missed out on the opportunity to meet you at the Masquerade trial and I was otherwise indisposed. I perhaps decomposed, perhaps. Ha ha ha. Don't feel too bad for me. Being dead was just like being in a deep sleep, and honestly I needed the rest. In time life I've learned from one goal to another. Succeed in school, grow my business, get revenge on the magical white boy that killed my uncle. Never took any time to relax and enjoy any of my successes, so I was always just on to the next battle. My new lease on life, I'm trying to change that. I went on holiday with Uncle Theo and Aunt Liv, and on an actual date, life is pretty good at the moment. I know that you're busy being the world's greatest detective and all, but from one workaholic to another, maybe we can meet up for coffee sometime. Thank you, Angela Henry. Oh, that's cute. Biblios, she drew Biblios, that's so cute. Baby again, Deborah Raymond. Dear Detective, the evidence from your investigation that you've sent me has been an invaluable resource while writing my novel, although it's a shame there's so little info about yourself in there. A lot of that I was hoping to get your perspective on a few things. Why did you choose to become a detective? What was your dynamic with Biblios' life? He did all the work, honestly. How do you feel about the other participants? They're all cool people, they're all cool. To find the answer, I'm afraid I should have to totally invent your characterization, which I'm sure you'll find to be an embarrassing furry betrayal. And it shan't be the only factual inaccuracy. I'm afraid the publisher has indicated the title to be changed to Demon Masquerade. Apparently no one knows what a demon is. Thank you, Deborah Raymond. Ah, they finally went to Egypt. Dear Lambda, we finally made that trip to Egypt that I promised Vivian would take once I retired, but it wasn't quite what I expected. You know that it's legal to crime the premise, plus the Rosetta Stone isn't in Egypt, but it's to the British Museum? I know, I'm going to go see it soon. Despite that, it's been a wonderful vacation. Lambda, I cannot thank you enough for what you have done for me and my family. Though the adjudicator tried their best to persuade you, your resoluteness in the face of temptation was truly commendable. If you ever need, don't hesitate for a second to contact me. I owe you a great debt. Sincerely, Theodore Turner. And the demonic mystery fires off books yourself. Also, Deborah Raymond prosing with new hardcover edition of Demon Masquerade. Smash hit released in late October. Deborah Raymond's Demon Masquerade is now released, also KJ Caroling's. Yes! Henry Baker and the Logician's Duel become America's most popular young adult novel of 1997. I'm so glad. KJ Crowling does not deserve any of the fame that she's gotten. The story centers around the reclusive Inspector Al, junior sleuth with intense agoraphobia. Working together with his partner Biblius the Eagle, Al is tasked with bringing down the conspiracy mastermind by an immortal Julius Caesar. The novel has been praised by fans for its intricate plotting, fun characters, and inexplicably vulgar humor. That's how she felt about the novel's instant popularity. Raymond stated, "You never know how things are going to turn out. You do the best that you can and you hope that people enjoy it. Whether it's going to be a hit or a flop is out of your hands." Asked about the positive sequel, she had this to say. As far as I'm concerned, the story is neatly wrapped up and there isn't anything more I want to add. You should never say never, I guess. I might come back to the Demon Masquerade universe if I'm inspired by a new case for Inspector L and Biblius to solve, but don't hold your breath. January 2nd and 2nd of Deborah Roman was signing copies of Daemon Masquerade at Galactic Books in the past field more. It is pronounced demon, isn't it? I haven't been unpronouncing it the whole time. And look, there's a chair and a bed. But Biblios, let's go. It's glad to hear it. Well, I suppose there's no time like the present. I'm sure you feel some trepidation going outside for your first time in years. You and I are both the type that would rather lose ourselves in a good book than fraternize with people. But long ago, my dear friend told me that history isn't just something found in dusty tomes and ancient carvings. It's wrapping around us at every moment. Life can't be experienced vicariously. You have to see it for yourself. You're the one who escaped the cultures of the Athena Institute. You're the one that rewrote the rules of the Masquerade. You are capable of being a part of the world. and I'll be with you every step of the way. Come on, Biblios, let's go. And we walked out. Let's do this. And we instantly get blinded and die by getting run over by a car. There we go. There's Biblios. Ah, cute little park. And is this in America? Because it's cool shootings. Created by Callum Page. Callum Page. I can't read apparently. Thank you, Callum, for making this amazing game. It's been brilliant. Music by David McLaurin. Thank you, David. It's brilliant music. I've loved every second of it, to be honest. Thank you. Logo design by Antonis Cryptosis. Sorry for mispronouncing your name, Antonis. But you did make it an amazing logo. It was really quite stunning. Thank you everyone that playtested this game. Especially you, Beth Mateo. David McLaurin and Jack McLaurin. I mentioned that you two are related. And made with Renpy version 7.6. Thank you, Renpy. Finally, special thanks to Mum, Dad, Louise, and Tiernan. Tiernan, cool name. Like it. Irish. And lastly, to you, the player. So it is a small project I put over the time during COVID lockdown. Some of them moved to a 4-year-long odyssey that I would go in my every waking moment. Some of my dreams too. Happy nice visited you. I sincerely hope something. I didn't read it all. I'm blind. This one. Let's press the right button. Daemon Masquerade. That's Daemon Masquerade. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, or subscribe. But in the meantime, I'll see you in the next one. See you!